Hello guys! Today, through this tutorial, we're going to be learning how to use the TI-84 calculator to solve systems of equations. We're going to be following example 2 of lesson 5.4 of the Advanced Algebra Book. First thing, let's begin with the problem that we have in our hands. We want to solve the following systems of equations. It is a 3x3 system with 3 variables known as x, y, and z. Our first step is to write down the equivalent matrix for the system. So, how do we do this? We begin grabbing the coefficients of x, in this case 2, 3, and 4, and we're going to write them down in our matrix as the first column, just as shown right here. We'll repeat the process with the y's. In these cases, there's no number, it's like a positive one. So we have positive 1, negative 3, and positive 5 that we're going to write here in the second column of our matrix. Last but not least, we go with z, which has coefficients positive 4, positive 2, and negative 2, and we write them as the third column of our matrix. Finally, we come here and we see the constants that are on the other side of the equal sign and do not have any variables, and we copy them in the last and fourth column of our matrix. This vertical line right here that divides between the third column and the fourth column represents the equal sign that we had in our system. Now we're ready to move on to our calculator. In step 2, we want to locate the simultaneous equation solver app. You first need to look for the apps button right here and below the alpha lock. And when you press it, you get to this menu. You need to look for the application called PLY-SML2. In this case, it's number 4. When you press enter to it in your calculator, this introductory window appears. When you press enter again or any button, then you get to the following menu. In this case, we want to use option number 2, which is the simultaneous equation solver. And you press enter again. When you get here, the calculator needs some information from you. So you will not need to determine the type of systems you want to solve and tell that to the calculator. In this problem that we had in our hands, we want to solve a system of 3 equations and 3 unknowns. So right here, the first 2 rows, you're going to give that information to our calculator. The rest of the constraints, frac, normal, float, and degree are going to stay the same. Now, right here, we don't follow anymore the buttons that are down here in our calculator, but the ones that appear right here. So in this case, we want to follow next. So we're going to press graph. So as you see, a matrix has just appeared, and we want to fill it in with the information that we concluded from our first step, the matrix that initially we had with the coefficients. So we start plugging in all of the values of this matrix, and you will get the same matrix that we have right here in our problem. It is really important to be really careful with this because the calculator will interpret it literally. If any of these numbers is different from our system, the calculator would be solving a different system from the ones that we have. Therefore, we would be having different solutions. So when your matrix is ready, you just need to come to this button once again on the right, which is going to solve our system. At the moment that I press it, immediately the calculator will give us a solution. x1, 5, x2, negative 2, and x3 is 3. As we constructed our matrix in order, having the first column with x's, the second column with y's, and the third column with z's, we immediately know that that's the order of our solutions related to the variables of our problem. So, now I invite you to stop this video for a while and try to repeat the process to solve the following systems of equations. Now guys, as I believe that you have tried to solve this problem by yourselves, now we're going to check it. First thing, in your calculator you should have chosen a system of 4x4 equations. And now when you get to the matrix, we just need to construct a similar matrix to the one we worked with before. First thing, you begin copying in the first column all the coefficients related to w. In the second column, you start copying all the coefficients related with x. In the third one, the ones related with y. And in the fourth ones, the ones related with z. Last, after the line, you write all the constants. Finally, when you ask our calculator to solve, we get a solution that is -1, 1, -2, and 3. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial on how to solve systems of equations with our calculator TI-84. For further applications, look to the other tutorials. See you later.